Some voices echo beyond death to reach the children who need them most. When 10-year-old Marcus Thompson rolled onto the Tonight Show stage in his wheelchair, oxygen tank quietly humming beside him, his bald head catching the studio lights, nobody expected this frail boy to reveal the most heartbreaking secret of Robin Williams' final days. Jimmy Fallon had planned a gentle interview to highlight Marcus's courage as he faced terminal brain cancer. The audience was ready to offer love and support to a child whose time was measured in weeks rather than years. But what Marcus was about to share would silence Studio 6B and prove that sometimes the greatest gifts are given by those who understand that their own time is running out. The cameras were rolling, the audience already moved to tears by Marcus's brave presence, and then he spoke in his weak but determined voice, 14 words that changed everything. Mr. Robin made a video just for me before he went to heaven, too. What came next wasn't just television. It was a revelation about love, legacy, and the sacred promise that even death cannot break the bond between a comedian who understood darkness and a child walking toward the same light. Marcus Thompson had been born into a life that should have been filled with bicycle rides, video games, and dreams about growing up. Instead, at age 10, he was facing his final weeks with a rare form of brain cancer that had proven resistant to every treatment his medical team could offer. Despite surgeries, chemotherapy, and radiation that had stolen his hair, his strength, and much of his childhood, Marcus maintained a spirit that amazed everyone who met him, a gentle wisdom and acceptance that seemed impossible in someone so young. The connection to Robin Williams had begun 18 months earlier, during Marcus's first hospitalization when his tumor was discovered. Scared and confused by the sudden upheaval of his world, Marcus had found comfort in watching Robin Williams movies and comedy specials that his parents played to distract him from the medical procedures and frightening conversations happening around his hospital bed. Marcus fell in love with Robin Williams during those first scary weeks, his mother Sarah later explained. While other kids his age were watching cartoons, Marcus was obsessed with Good Will Hunting and Robin's stand-up specials. He said Robin's voice made him feel less afraid, like someone understood that being sad and funny at the same time was okay. Marcus's fascination with Robin had deepened during the long months of treatment that followed. As his condition worsened and hope for recovery diminished, Marcus had begun expressing a wish to somehow connect with Robin Williams, to thank him for bringing light to the darkest period of his young life. Marcus would talk about Robin like he was a friend, Sarah remembered with tears in her eyes. He would say things like, "I bet Mr. Robin gets scared sometimes too," or "Mr. Robin would understand why I cry even when I'm laughing." He seemed to recognize something in Robin that connected to his own experience with sadness and joy existing together. The Make-A-Wish Foundation had been contacted when Marcus's medical team determined that his cancer was terminal and his remaining time was limited. When asked about his deepest wish, Marcus had been clear. He wanted to meet Robin Williams and tell him how his comedy had helped a scared little boy face the unthinkable. But Marcus's wish had come during a particularly difficult period in Robin Williams' life. Unknown to the public, Robin was struggling with severe depression and the early stages of Lewy body dementia, conditions that were making professional commitments and public appearances increasingly challenging. When the Make-A-Wish request reached Robin's representatives in July 2014, they had initially suggested alternative arrangements, perhaps a phone call or signed memorabilia. But when Robin learned more about Marcus's story, something about this terminally ill child's specific connection to his work had moved him deeply. Robin was going through his own dark period, but Marcus's story touched something in him, explained Maria Santos, the Make-A-Wish coordinator who had worked on Marcus's case. When Robin read that this little boy found comfort in his comedy while facing death, when he learned that Marcus felt understood by someone who also struggled with sadness, Robin insisted on creating something special. Despite his own mental health struggles and the demands of what would be his final film project, Robin had arranged to record a personalized video message for Marcus. The recording session had taken place in Robin's home office just 3 weeks before his own death, during one of his last periods of clarity before his condition deteriorated further. The video was Robin at his most authentic, Maria recalled with obvious emotion, not performing, not doing characters, just speaking directly to Marcus with incredible tenderness and wisdom. Robin told Marcus that he understood what it felt like to be scared and sad, that dying didn't make you weak, and that the bravest people were the ones who found ways to laugh even when everything felt impossible. In the 12-minute video, Robin had spoken directly to Marcus about courage, fear, and the particular kind of bravery required to face mortality. He had shared his own struggles with depression and anxiety, helping Marcus understand that feeling scared about dying was normal, and that finding moments of joy despite fear was actually a form of heroism. Robin told Marcus something beautiful, Maria said through tears. He said that kids who die young become special angels whose job is to help other people find laughter when they're sad, that Marcus would get to keep spreading joy even after his body stopped working. He told Marcus that dying kids don't disappear. They become the reason other people remember to laugh during hard times. The video had arrived at Marcus's home in early August 2014, just days before Robin Williams' death by suicide. Marcus had watched it dozens of times, finding new comfort in Robin's words each time his fear about dying became overwhelming. Marcus treasured that video more than anything, Sarah said. When Robin died just a few days later, Marcus was devastated, but also felt this special connection to him. Marcus said Robin had taught him that it was okay to be sad and scared about dying, but that he didn't have to let fear steal his joy. Tonight's appearance on The Tonight Show had been arranged as part of Marcus's final wishes. With his condition rapidly deteriorating, Marcus wanted to share Robin's message publicly to help other scared children understand that their heroes could also be afraid, and that finding courage didn't mean not being scared. It meant being scared and choosing kindness anyway. The interview began gently with Jimmy kneeling beside Marcus's wheelchair to be at eye level with the brave boy whose presence had already moved the studio audience to tears. Marcus, though weak and requiring oxygen support, had insisted on bringing Robin's video to share with the world. "Marcus, you wanted to show us something very special tonight," Jimmy said softly, his voice already thick with emotion at seeing this courageous child. Marcus nodded slowly, his voice soft but determined. "Mr. Robin made a video just for me before he went to heaven. He told me things that helped me not be so scared about dying. I want other kids to hear what he said." The studio fell completely silent as Marcus's mother helped set up the laptop containing Robin's final video message. As the screen filled with Robin Williams' face, tired but gentle, speaking directly to a dying child with all the love and wisdom he could offer, there wasn't a dry eye in Studio 6B. "Hi, Marcus." Robin's voice filled the studio, warm and tender. "I heard you're going through something really scary right now, and I wanted you to know that feeling scared is okay. I get scared too sometimes, even grown-ups do. But you know what I've learned? The bravest people aren't the ones who don't feel afraid. They're the ones who feel afraid and still find ways to be kind and loving." As Robin's message continued, Marcus listened with the same wonder he had shown during his first viewing. The video showed Robin at his most authentic, not performing or trying to entertain, but simply offering comfort to a child facing the unthinkable. "Marcus, I know people might tell you that you're sick or that something's wrong with your body," Robin continued in the video, "but I want you to know something important. Your spirit isn't sick. Your ability to love and laugh and bring joy to other people, that's the strongest part of you, and that part never gets sick." The most powerful moment came when Robin addressed Marcus's fear about death directly, with a tenderness that transcended the screen. "I know you're probably scared about what happens when your body stops working," Robin said gently, "but here's what I believe. Kids like you who face scary things with courage, You become special angels whose job is to remind people how to laugh when they're sad. You don't disappear, Marcus. You become the reason other people remember to find joy even in dark times. As the video concluded with Robin telling Marcus that he was proud of his courage and that his bravery would help other children facing similar battles, the entire studio sat in profound silence. Jimmy, tears streaming down his face, looked at Marcus with profound respect. "What did that message mean to you, Marcus?" Marcus wiped his eyes with a trembling hand. "It meant I don't have to be brave all by myself. Mr. Robin was scared too sometimes, but he still made people happy. He told me that when I die, I get to help other sad people laugh, so it's not really the end. It's like a different job." "How has Robin's message helped you face what you're going through?" Jimmy asked through his tears. "It taught me that being scared doesn't make me a baby," Marcus replied with wisdom that seemed impossible for his age. "Mr. Robin said the bravest people feel afraid but still choose to love people. So even though I'm scared about dying, I still want to help other kids not feel alone." The audience was openly weeping as they witnessed this extraordinary child's grace and the posthumous gift Robin Williams had given to help Marcus face his mortality with courage. As the segment concluded, Marcus made one final request. "I want other kids who are sick or scared to know that Mr. Robin understands how they feel and that it's okay to be afraid as long as you still try to make people smile." The studio erupted in sustained applause that lasted over 6 minutes, not for entertainment, but in recognition of profound courage, both from a child facing death with remarkable grace and from a comedian whose final act of kindness had reached beyond his own death to comfort a scared little boy. Marcus Thompson died peacefully at home 3 weeks later, surrounded by family and clutching a photo from his Tonight Show appearance. His final words, according to his mother, were about looking forward to meeting Robin Williams in heaven and starting their new job of helping sad people remember how to laugh. The video of Marcus sharing Robin's message became one of the most viewed segments in Tonight Show history, inspiring conversations about childhood terminal illness, the healing power of comedy, and the ways that love and kindness can transcend even death. Most importantly, Marcus's appearance had shown that sometimes the greatest courage comes in the smallest packages, and that even in the face of unthinkable loss, the human spirit's capacity for love, hope, and grace can create miracles that touch millions of hearts.